Real quick update and a fire visit. Whatever. Should put this in background. Got some upgrades. Updated my gems. Got a better chest. Replace this with an additional curse, enigmatic, and just all attributes, all rest, fizz, whatever. It's better than the unique I had. Eventually I want a mirrored whatever version of this. Oh, that's my old helmet selling. And I've upgraded my ring because I didn't even look at it. It was so garbage. I don't even know how I didn't notice it was so bad. But I ended up getting a Drox Warlord, whatever, a Vermilion. This could be Amethyst if you want to be cheaper, either or. And I've got vulnerability, double res life, -3 channeling, and the rarity is kind of whatever, but that was just a slum. To craft these, all you're doing is you'll need a base, it's about a div. How much is the base? Yeah, about a div. And what you're doing is a haughty bench caster rerolling, 75 blue, very cheap to get. I end up spending about, I think, another div or so, just rerolling like 100 times, 200 times, whatever. And you're aiming for some usable suffixes, really. If you haven't read the patch notes, harbi bench now respects metamods. So as long as you fix one side, in this case the curse side, which your suffixes, you can then fix prefixes later on if you have to. But this is about 1 in 6, I think, thereabouts, to hit a curse, which in Warlord is the vulnerability or flammability. So RF boys will want this as well. So if you do hit a very good flammability ring, I'll just sell it because RF players are gonna buy this. But obviously I want to vuln, but because I don't have my chest finish, which will eventually have, I believe, attack crit, curse, minus max, and maybe stun. At least that's the plan, I think, because then I can drop unwavering and go more into evasion. Tree is mostly the same. I've been looking at some Watcher's Eyes. They're pretty expensive. They're I think about 20 div for a double DD, double damage pride and a 2 impel pride. I've replaced my cluster with this one, which is just to feed the fury and stoic focus, which is just +5 extra while channeling. So we're on 50 block, 55 spell without versatile and without all the tattoos and stuff. Picked up some more sockets, moved some gems around. This is still the same. Picked up this one as well, just again kept the same with accuracy. This is just like a 5C jewel that I picked up days ago and I kept since. This only done upgrade. Probably where my Watcher's Eye will go. I did end up buying one side of the Forbidden Flame. These are pretty cheap. Well, they were. I bought for like 60C at the time, and they should start dropping in price. I need to pick up the other side, but the other side was about, I think, 10 div or something, so I might just not get that. And that's for Endless Hunger, for the Overkill Attack Speed Leech. Ideally, this would be the what's it called? The Gladiator one for the block stuff. But for now, we don't care about that. Tree is fine. This is fine. I'll change my graft. So instead of using the previous, I think it was like stun avoidance or something, or stun threshold, I picked up this jolting Ashcraft, which is a global crit chance, grapple gained with a crit chance during the jolt, and this is basically giving me I think 30% more maximum attack damage and 10% increased damage taken, which combined with Azamite and some other stuff, it gets a bit sketchy sometimes, but overall it's a pretty big damage upgrade. Anyway, let's jump into this one. I don't know, Monster Life, Unique Life, should be a good example of the damage. I just swap this a bit. see, not really dying. 97, 30%. I die maybe once every 10 maps or something, which isn't too bad. And that's mostly because I'm just juicing and not looking at mods. We can do no leech, with just instant leech, that's doable, and just regen. Reflect immune, obviously. You just need to be careful about your first blink and early reflect. And yeah, I'm moving away from Maven invitations, just because these aren't really worth that much anymore. They're about 40 C at the moment and they're dropping in price. Even conflicts are dropping, which is odd. But that's probably because not too many people are conflicting gear at the moment. Not yet. Put that away. Even frags aren't worth that much. So I've got 2. Yeah, 45. Let's have a look. Yeah, 42 at the moment. Well, yeah, that's fine. Sell that.
I'll let you know.
Get rid of this. Get rid of this. What I sell. Oh, and I've also upgraded my gloves. So these are Leviathan Fractured Cold Res. You can do any res really. These are very cheap. They're like 5C at the moment because people are printing these. With a Zeal Deafening for 18% attack speed, and I'm either aiming for accuracy or chaos res. I hit accuracy, so I kept that, and I got lucky with T1 life, T1 armor, and I've crafted damage or leeching with some great implicits. So these will serve me well for quite a while. I think I've been looking at some options. The what's it called? The fortified gloves, whatever they're called. Those might be an option down the line, but only once people start running the ships more, I think, because that's where they drop, isn't it? So once they think they drop from the ship boss. Belt is up to upgrade soon. Obviously, Magebot is the desired belt, but those are, I think, still like 160, 180 diff, so a bit out of my budget. Normal ring. Weapon I'll need to start looking at. I printed this one, which is perfect suffix, so I might try and combine this with some decent prefix for Fizz and see how that goes. I had a look earlier, there were only like two decent staffs. One was for like 200 div and the other one's for mirror service, which wasn't even that good, so I'm not sure what they're cooking. Also, I realized I forgot to put on the anointment on these boots, so that's on there now. That's nice. Yeah, I think that's about it. So yeah, Enigmatic and Disciple of Unyielding at the moment, but this could be Whispers of Doom if you're feeling like you want to have a better amulet. I bought this for, I think, 50C, so I just kept that. I think that's it. Show you the tree. Change the tree up a bit. So this is the Essence Alva proper, I suppose. Still more maps, more Alva going into red, more Scarabs, Quant and stuff. And then for the Harbi tree, I changed stuff a bit. I'm going into more Beyond. You shouldn't go Beyond until we have a much better build, at least survivor wise, just because they are quite rippy. We can run one, I can show you. And yeah, I've got my still the same tree, and I've got my map set up so I can bounce around between them. We can do a city square. Should be nice and simple. We can run basically anything. I would avoid no leech, no regen, reduced accuracy, reduced AoE. I think that's the only ones you should avoid on T16s. Harbi Beyond, 3 Harbi Scarabs, Regency and Warhordes. These have gone up in price. They're I think about 60 each. So this is what, like 15C in Scarabs, 2C map, 3C on the bench. Say about what, 20C per map. so we're trying to get more than that out of every map. It's been going fairly well. It's not too hard to get money because it basically just drops raw C equivalent plus anything extra that you find. Should minimize this. Oh yeah, you're basically just spinning in between all the harbis. As long as you're spinning, you shouldn't really die ever. Additional chaos, sure. And I'm not taking beyond bosses, so whatever beyond currency drops is what you get. I've got a couple of what you call Eldritch Exalts and Chaos. Those are fairly common, but yeah, it's one of those. I'm lagging a bit, but mostly because I'm recording, and this is not a not FPS friendly mapping, to be honest. There's so many mobs on the screen and so many items. Still picking up Nico for the borrowed power, and typically I'll run, well, at least for like a square, I'll run through the map and then just do another circle to loot it again unless something nice drops. Just because it's sketchy sometimes looting with a Cyclone. You have to do so much clicking. Is that all of them? Just one. We've got 13 harbis on this map. Why am I? Oh, am I running out of mana? No. Feels like I am. Don't know why. Yeah, I'm still running, what you call it, singular focus. So the only maps you'll get are the random crap ones. Nameless Seer. I don't think I'll do it. Because they moved the cards around. Last season it would have been decent, but this season is kind of whatever. Oh, these are garbage. Whatever, give me the smallest one. I'll think about it. The only good card he has is the exceptional gems. So I guess you could replace something, but it's not amazing. Some of this. And yeah, I'm using the 50% Grat Blood. It is a big difference, especially when you do the hives. You end up getting, I think, about 5,000 or 6,000 for each hive, which is quite a lot. You literally just double your Grat Blood gained, which is pretty big, especially if you're after some gear, or if you just want to go full on into currency. XP wise, this is very good, at least from what I've seen. I get at least, I think, like 5% per map still at 97. Or actually, around the whole thing with Delirium, I didn't even notice. We can do Delirium, it's just not the best. There's a lot of just bullshit mobs, and I don't like black and white. I've done the entire last league in black and white mode with Delirium, so I just don't wanna bother. Mobs. And then yeah, just all the clicking. You can remove bindings probably. You can remove, I don't know, horizons are probably going down at this point. The problem is it's still decent loot. It's just there is so much clicking you have to do. Make sure you pick up your 85 flasks, those will always sell for a few C. I usually try and list them before I go to bed, and people just buy them overnight for a couple of C. Usually you should identify them. Some of them are better than others. Not a lot of people will be buying like mage world flasks, but they will sell eventually anyway. I should tally this up. Nameless, yeah, I don't know. Oh, actually, I've already... Nameless Seer, why are you doing this to me? I've already done this. So yeah, I wouldn't scry it. The only good card one there was the Exceptional Gem, but it's pretty rare. I think from when I was doing the previous seasons, it was only, I think, like one card per 10, maybe 20 maps. Let's go find a boss. So yeah, I wouldn't really run that if I were you, but it's a choice, obviously. And that's the map. 20 costs, and this is basically paid for it by itself. Got 24, got a Sanctuary for another 35. A bunch of other gumball crap. You can obviously not pick up some of this. Annulments will start going down, probably. They usually hover around 3C, but yeah, money-wise, it's a pretty decent strat. You just need a good survival to stay alive. Let's see. Nothing. XD. How much is this? 35. What's this? We can dust this. In terms of King's March, I do recommend you actually run them, especially the mappers. I've been getting at least like a div of stuff for every map rotation. Did I run out of gold? I did run out of gold. Let's give them another day's worth. We can just check through this quickly as well. And pick up your quality gems. These are GCPs for free, basically. Sure. Pick up this. Pick up this. You can apply a less strict filter when you're looting these if you want. Also, what I've noticed is that a lot of these items are quite well rolled, in that they have pretty high tiers. So there's an Exalt. Not quite a Divine, but we take those anyway. And I'm just picking up all the maps because they'll eventually end up running them anyway. And as long as you have a decent mapping tree, you will have more than enough maps to sustain these runners. I think last league I ended up with like 8 extra tabs of just maps that could never sell, so I was just feeding them slowly into my runners. Lightning, all cold, west. I might west. We'll see. Yeah, this is fairly decent profit, even if you don't want to do mapping or you're doing other stuff. I would just stick them in anyway. Fizz lightning, fire lightning, low tiers, maces. Wow. Take this, don't care about that. Cast breeze, that's dust, I'm pretty sure. Do I need west? I do need west. And yeah, all the like excess uniques, I just gather them and eventually I'll just dust them. I did just send a ship out with like 2 million dust. Let's check on that. 2 diff, 1x, and nothing else. Not bad, not bad. This was, I think, 2 mil or 3 mil. Now, the biggest money at the moment is actually the tattoos. They're very expensive, especially some of them. Like the block tattoos that we want at the moment, I think 60c each. So you should be sending out ships to Nagamahu, I think. He does the tattoo place, I think. Fire damage, not back, stun. Nothing. Rock speed. Yeah, that's decent. Chaos, 5C. Minion life. Somehow 20C. Yes, I know it's good. And some rest. Yeah, not terrible. I need to go through the stab later and just sell them. Ones that you have. And yeah, gear. He seems to always have decent gear. Like 160 life, 120 regen with strength. Like this is a decent helmet. Put some strength on that. It's like yeah, 10C for random helmet. 25 speed, live, double res. It's bad in comparison to the tree, of course, but they're still very good items. People will still buy these. Keep the helmet, everything else can go into the blender. So yeah, every few days you can just send one out, or you can just save money and gamble for the mirror shots. That's up to you. Should quickly run through these. Nope. Yep, that's actually. I should probably take this. Free upgrade. I'll take that. 14 GCPs. 23 frostbite. I don't think. We'll vendor it anyway. And yeah, I think they're one of my main sources, usually of juice, because I never run them. So it's nice that they give me some back every now and then. Take this. Nope. Soul brand, no. On jewels, you're mostly looking for life, really, on the red ones. The attack ones are just too hard to price for the most part. You'll spend more time on identifying the price than actually getting the jewels, so I wouldn't bother too much. No. He's dead again. I should probably just skip this, but I can't be asked re-editing this. 8 passive large. Okay. Take this. Maybe. No. Problem is, we can't really afford a channeling cluster. It would be nice, but it's not really worth it, damage-wise. Yes. Phasing, lightning, life. Sure, yeah, I just want to do this for a sync. So I did it, what, 25 minutes ago, a few, like 2 or 3 maps. So we have a look. We're up 24 divs since then. Check snapshots. So yeah, there's a couple of like 70C tattoos, that's 2 div. I dropped 2, some more tattoos for another Phase 5. So yeah, I would definitely advise you run the ships, even if they're not like super amazing. Just like your average ships, get a couple of div from there, and get a bunch of tattoos early while it's still worth a lot. Get the grafts as well. Some of them are decent. I think that the gem one, the +1 all gems, all support gems is worth quite a lot still. Yeah, I did break my merge out to craft a bunch of stuff. I should be able to just buy them back, I think. It's just I'm still crafting, still getting some upgrades on my. So I need just some liquid divines. I think they went down overnight. Yeah, a bit. Anyway, I think that's it. I'll continue with this still for now until I get into T17s properly. And I still haven't quite figured out what I want to run. There's not a lot of strategies going on. There's obviously boxes. That never fails. It's just the scarabs are like 2 div at the moment already, which is not promising because it's so early and they're already crazy high price. But yeah, that's it for now. Good luck, have fun. I'll see you later.